Hello everyone, dear students. Let us continue virtual memory management topic. So in the previous video, we learned about demand paging and page fault. So actually, we already learned that a physical memory will be divided into number of fixed size frames, and the program's logical memory will be divided into fixed size pages. Here, pages has to be brought into the physical memory. It means a particular page has to be loaded onto a free frame in the physical memory. So it is basically we need to do mapping between the pages and the free frames in the physical memory. So that is done through a page table. A page table will maintain the system. So page table basically providing the mapping between the page numbers of the program and free frames in the physical memory. So depending upon the entries of the page table, we load pages onto the frames that are exist in the physical memory. So during this process or during this demand paging, actually there is a possibility of page fault. So this diagram we already learned, and let us recall what is the page fault. Suppose that you want to make a reference to a particular page, so that is M. It means you want to load page M into the physical memory. It means you want to load page M into some free frame in the physical memory. Actually, we make a reference to the page table, and you find that its entry is basically marked as invalid. So this bit we already learned. It is basically called as valid invalid bit here. If this particular entry for the page that you want to load, if it is valid or marked as V, then it indicates that it is already there in the memory. And if it is marked as high, it means it is invalid, it is not there in the memory, but it will be there in the disk, that is backing storage. Okay. In this particular diagram, if you want to load page M here, you have made a reference to load page M into the physical memory, but its entry in the page table is marked as invalid. Means so that particular page is not there in the memory. So this is called as the page fault. This is called as page fault. If the page is not there in the memory, then it is called as page fault. Okay, then we trap to the operating system, and temporarily the execution of that particular process will be suspended because that page is not there in the memory, and we are supposed to bring that page from disk to the memory. So for that purpose, we have the trap to the operating system, and the operating system will issue a read request to the disk here. So that is we need to read a page from the disk here, and that missing page will be brought from the backing storage, that is disk. Then it will be mapped onto free frame the physical memory, and after that we have to update the page table. So whenever the reference the page is not there in the memory, then page fault occurs because that page will be there in the backing storage or disk. So that page we need to bring in to the physical memory and update the table. So this is called as page fault. So during this process, what happens if there is no free frame available in the physical memory? See, as in the previous diagram we learned that. So whenever page fault occurs, we trap to the operating system. Operating system will issue a read request to the backing storage or disk, and from that will bring that missing page from the disk, and it will be loaded onto free frame. Now question is, if all the frames are allocated to the processes, it means no free frame is available here. Then where actually that missing page that you brought from the disk should be loaded into the physical memory. So that is the question here. So in this case, if no free frames available to load the page which is brought from the disk here, then we need to go for the page replacement. Because this problem arises because all the frames have been allocated to the different processes, so no free frames are available here, and also there is a demand from the kernel and IO buffers. If any kernel program is demanding for the pages, it must be always allocated. So few pages will be reserved for the kernel, they cannot be allocated to user processes, and all remaining pages which are kept for the user process have been already allocated to the different processes. Not a single free frame is available. Then the question is the page which is brought from the disk, where it has to be loaded in the physical memory, since there are no free frames available. So that is the question arising here. So in this case we need to go for page replacement. The page which is already allocated to some process must be freed, it must be replaced. Okay, so that is what page replacement technique we need to adopt here. That is, find some page in memory which is not really in use. So there are some pages which are not currently in use. So such pages we can remove it and remove from the physical memory, and we can put it into the, that is, disk or backing storage. So that is called as page out. So this is nothing but page replacement. Find some page in the memory which is not real in use and page it out. So we need to bring that page to the disk from physical memory, and a free frame will be created, and after that we can use it for further allocation. So we need to have certain algorithms implemented with the operating system, and what are the decisions the page replacement algorithms might take here. Simply, operating system might terminate the process if no free frame is available, or else it can do swap out. That is, it is going to find out some page in the memory which is not used recently, and it will be swapped out, and that will be replaced with a new page. So this could be the solution for that problem. But if you take performance, always we need to design algorithm which result in minimum number of page faults. If there are more number of page faults, definitely the process execution time will be more, throughput will be less here. So that is why, so whatever algorithm you want to design, page replacement algorithm you want to design, it must take or generate minimum number of page faults. And one more thing, the same page may be brought into memory several number of times. Okay, one page is already there in the memory, but it can be brought into many times in the memory. Now let us go for the page replacement technique or algorithm. If we increase our degree of multiprogramming, then we are over allocating memory. What is the degree of multiprogramming? So in the multiprogramming environment, we bring multiple programs into memory which are executed concurrently. So if at all you want to increase degree of multiprogramming, that is more number of programs you want to execute simultaneously by bringing those processes into memory simultaneously, that may result into over allocation of memory to one particular process. For example, if we run 6 processes in the system and each process is 10 pages, okay, we are running 6 processes in the system and each process is using 10 pages. It is having 10 pages, but actually it uses only 5 pages. We are allocating what I can say 10 frames to that particular process, but out of 10 we are utilizing only 5. So remaining 5 will be unutilized. It is basically wastage of the frame. So this is not the best approach. So to prevent over allocation of memory, by modifying page fault service routine to include page replacement, to overcome over allocating of memory, so we can make use of a particular bit here, that is called as modify bit or delta bit. Okay, so let us see what is the modify bit. See, a process which is modifying a particular page. The process has read the page, it has utilized that particular page, and it has made some modification to the page. It means the usage of that particular page has been completed by the process, and it can be returned back to the disk. Are you getting this? A process is basically what it does is it will use the page and it will make the modification to that page. It means that that particular page has been used by the process, it has been modified, and further that page is not required. In such cases, what we can do, we can move that page from physical memory to the disk. So that is what modify bit, it is also called as dirty bit. With the use of dirty bit or modify bit, so some overhead can be reduced. Okay. Now let us look at need for page replacement. If you look at this particular diagram, so there is a physical memory which consists of a number of frames, and already some pages have been allocated to these frames. So there is a logical memory for user 1, it is having these pages. Okay, these are the page number 0, 1, 2, 3. So these are the instructions, each page will be having H, M, J, M here. And so this is the page table for this particular user 1. So for example, page 0, the corresponding mapped frame is 3. For page 1, the mapped frame is 4. Page 2, mapped frame is 5. And for page 3, it is basically no frame has been allocated here. And if you look at valid invalid bit for these entries, for first 3 it is valid, it means these are already there in the physical memory. For example, you take the page 0, it is having H and the mapped frame is 3. So H will be loaded at frame 3. Look at this, H is at frame 3 in the physical memory. So similarly, if you look at page 1, okay, so that is already loaded. Okay, presently the program counter is at this particular instruction. Okay, so the load M, so already loaded M into the physical memory. Let us see where it is loaded. If you look at the page table here, so for page 1 the frame is 4. Okay, the M is loaded at frame 4 in the physical memory. So similarly, if you look at J, so for page 2, for page number 2, okay, the corresponding mapped frame is 5. So J must be loaded 5. See, you can in the physical memory you can see J is at frame 5. And the next one is this one, M. So M is basically already exists in the physical memory. So there are 2 copies of M in the logical memory. So one copy has been loaded into the physical memory at frame number 4. And if we encounter same M again in page number 3, no need to load M once again because it's already there in the memory. So the corresponding entry in the page table we can observe here, and there is no frame allocated to M because it's already there in the memory and it is marked as invalid. And if you look at the logical memory for user 2 for different program, it is having again 4 pages numbered as page 0, page 1, 2, 3, and having instructions say A, B, D, E, and this is corresponding the page table. For example, if you look at page 0 and the mapped frame is 6, so A has to be loaded at 6. You can see A is at 6. And look at D. So for D, the allocated frame is 2, so it will be loaded as 2. Look at E, the allocated frame is 7. Okay, it is E is at 7, and these 3 are valid. 6 valid, 2 valid, 7 valid. It means so these are already there in the memory. But if you look at B, that is page 1 for instruction B, the corresponding entry in the page table is marked as invalid. There is no frame allocated and it is marked as invalid. If the valid invalid bit is I, it indicates that the particular page is not there in the memory and there is no frame allocated to this. It means there are no free frames to allocate it. Okay, it indicates that there is no free frame left in the physical memory. See, all the frames have been used. The first 2 frames have been allocated to operating system and the remaining frames have been used by the processes. So no free frame left for this particular page B. So that is why the page table there is no free frame allocated and it is marked as invalid. In such cases, okay, we need to go for page replacement. Actually B is there in the disk here, it is not there in the physical memory. So we are supposed to bring this B from disk to the physical memory, but to do that there is no free frame available, so we need to go for the page replacement. So that is the need of the page replacement. Already existing page must be replaced. So for that purpose we can have make use of dirty bit or modify bit. A particular page has been modified as a process, then that page can be replaced. So that particular page we can move to the disk and the B can be loaded to that particular place. So that is what page replacement. Now let us look at the basic page replacement technique or algorithm here. So first of all, step 1, find the location of the desired page on the disk. So the page that you want to bring from disk to the physical memory, that we need to locate in the disk. That is step 1. Step 2, find a free frame in the physical memory. See, if you want to bring a page from the disk into the physical memory, a free frame must be available because that page has to be loaded into that particular free frame. So in the step 2, what we do, we find a free frame. If there is a free frame available in the physical memory, we can use it directly. The page which has been brought from the disk can be loaded onto or mapped onto that particular free frame. That free frame can be immediately utilized. If no free frames available in the physical memory, then what we can do? Then we can go for page replacement. So we need to use page replacement algorithm. So that is going to select a victim frame. So what is victim frame? So the frame that you want to replace is called as victim frame. The already existing frame that you want to replace, it is allocated to some page that you want to replace. Okay. So write victim frame to disk if it is dirty. Already explained, there is a dirty bit used for each and every page mapped to frame. If a particular frame is marked as dirty, it means okay, the contents of that particular page of frame has been modified by the process and its usage has been done already. So that particular page can be transferred to the disk. Okay, so that is called as victim frame. The step 3, bring the desired frame into free frame. The page that is there in the disk or new page that is in the disk should be brought to the free frame and update the page tables. Okay, actually in the page table its entry will be marked as invalid and there is no frame allocated to that because there were no frames available. That we can observe here. For example, for page 1 in the page table there is no frame allocated and it is marked as invalid because no free frames available in the physical memory. So we go for the page replacement. The page which is already modified or its bit is a dirty bit is set, it will be sent to the disk and the page that is B has to be loaded into the free frame and accordingly we will have to update the page table here. And the step 4, continue the process by restarting the instruction that has caused trap. So because of free frames not available, the process execution has been temporarily suspended. So once we replace a page and missing page is brought to the physical memory, then we can continue with the process execution by restarting the instruction that has caused trap. Now let us look at the diagram that is describing page replacement technique here. So this is a physical memory. So this is a disk here and this is a page table. Now we have already identified a victim here, that is victim frame F. Okay. So how to identify victim frame that you want to replace? For that particular frame, a dirty bit is set here. It means that particular frame has been modified. If usage has been completed by the process, it can be swapped out. So we could identify a victim frame in the physical memory So we swap out that victim page to the disk here, and we swap in the desired page. Okay, the desired page which is there in the disk that we want to bring here into the disk. So first of all, what we do is we identify the victim frame whose data bit is set and modified bit is set. It will be swapped out to the disk. Next, we have to change the entry in the page table here. Okay, for F, actually it was valid, it was there in the memory, but we have to set it as invalid here because that particular frame or page has been moved to the disk here, and the desired page which is required to be brought to the physical memory will be swapped in to the physical memory. So once we free this particular frame, okay, it will be allocated to the new page here, and after that we have to reset page table for the new page. We have to modify the page table. So that is the page replacement will be done. Now let us see what are the different page replacement algorithms exist here. The first one, frame allocation algorithm. Okay, this algorithm basically decides allocation of the frames to the new pages. Okay, frame allocation algorithm determines how many frames to give each process. How many frames we need to allocate to each process, that will be decided by frame allocation algorithm, and which frame to replace, even that will be decided by frame allocation algorithm. If no free frames available for the new page, the existing page we have to replace. So which frame we need to replace, which frame should be selected as victim, so that will be decided by frame allocation algorithm. The next one, a page replacement algorithm. Okay, so this algorithm basically want lowest page fault rate on both first axis and re-axis. So page replacement algorithm always should generate lowest number of page faults. Then only execution will be increasing and throughput of the system increases. To evaluate page replacement algorithm, okay, we run a particular a string of memory references, that is called as a reference string, and we compute the number of page faults on that particular reference string or memory references. So this reference string basically containing page numbers, not the full addresses, and the repeated access to the same page does not cause page fault. It means if a particular page is already there in the memory, and if you access the same page in the reference string, then it doesn't cause the page fault because it's already there in the memory, it can be reused. Okay, for example, there is a reference string taken here. So this reference string is basically indicating the memory references that I want to make here. For example, this reference string will begin with 7. It means we will make a reference to page 7 followed by page 0, then followed by page 1. Page 1 is followed by, we make a reference to page 2, and again page 0. Page 0 is already exists in the memory, and we make one more reference here. So if you make a reference, page reference here, if that page is not there in the memory, then page fault occurs, and that corresponding page we need to bring into the memory, physical memory from the disk. If a particular page is already there in the memory, if the same page is accessed once again, then it doesn't cause a page fault because it is already there in the memory, it can be reused. If you make a reference to a page which is not there in the memory, then it causes page fault. Then the corresponding page we need to bring it from the disk to the physical memory. If no free frames available in the physical memory, then we need to go for the replacement. If you look at the graph of a page fault versus the number of frames, if you increase the number of frames, actually the number of page faults are decreasing. For example, if you take number of frames as 1 here, and the number of page faults, it was around 13, and if you increase the number of frames to 2, free frames to 2, then the number of page faults is decreased to 7. So similarly, as you increase the number of frames, the number of page faults will be go on decreasing. Now let us look at the first page replacement algorithm, that is called as first in first out algorithm. In short, we call it as FIFO page replacement algorithm. Let us take a reference string here. This is a reference string, and let us assume that there are 3 frames. Okay, so it means there are only 3 free frames available in the physical memory, and it means only 3 pages can be loaded into memory at a time. And whenever page fault occurs, it means if you make a reference to a particular page, if that page is not there in the memory, then there is a page fault. It means that particular page is not there in the physical memory, it is already there, it is actually there in the disk. So that particular page we need to bring it from the disk to the main memory, and that is the physical memory. Now let us see how this first in first out algorithm works here. So the technique is very simple. Okay, the page replacement method is very simple. Okay, the page which is referenced first will be replaced first. It is something like a queue. It means the older pages are replaced first here. Let us take the reference string. So this particular box is indicating the number of frames. There are only 3 frames available. Initially, all the frames are empty here. So there are only 3 page frames. All are empty. First of all, we make a reference to 7, page 7. So initially, so this page 7 will not be there in the memory, physical memory. Then page fault occurs. Okay. So initially page fault occurs here, and it will be brought into the physical memory from the disk. Okay. It means, so page number 7 has been loaded onto frame 1. Now frame 1 has been allocated to page 7. And the next reference we make is 0, page 0. Okay. So here also, if you look at the physical memory, only page 7 is exist here, page 0 is not exist. Then page fault occurs here, then it will be brought from the disk to the memory, and it is loaded onto frame 1. Now frame 1 is mapped to page 0. Page 0 has been loaded onto frame 1. Okay. Now the next reference is 1 here. Again we look at the what I can say physical memory. So this particular page is not there, and the page fault occurs here. Page fault occurs, and it will be loaded into the free frame. This particular frame is free, and the page 1 is loaded onto this particular free frame. Now in the memory, in the physical memory, 3 pages have been loaded, 7, 0, 1, and no free frames available here. No free frames are available. The next page reference we make in the reference string is 2. Okay, so we supposed to load 2 into the memory, but no free frames are available, and 2 is also not there in the memory. Page fault occurs, and no free frames available here. Then we need to go for the page replacement. So what is the page replacement strategy? It is based on first in first out. The page which is brought first will be replaced first. So in this particular reference string, which page is brought first here? So there are 3 pages in the memory, 7, 0, 1. So which is the older page here? 7. 7 is the page which is brought to the physical memory first. So it must be replaced. So 7 is replaced with 2 here. So there is a page fault occurred here, and since no free frames available and older page has been replaced, that is 7 is replaced with 2 here. The next reference is 0. Okay, so 0 is already there in the memory. No page fault occurs for 0 because it is already there in the memory. It will be reused. Next one is 3. Check whether 3 is already there in the memory. No, 3 is not there in the memory. Then page fault occurs, and check whether any free frame available here. No frames are free. Then go for the page replacement. So which frame is going to be replaced here? Let us see. So which is the what you can say older reference made here, that is first in first out. Okay, so 2 is recent. Okay, and we go for the 0. We select the 0 as victim, it will be swapped out, and we swap in 3 here. Okay, 0 is replaced with 3. Next one is 0. 0 is not there in the memory, and the page fault occurs here, and we go for the replacement, and the older page we need to replace here, that is 1 will be replaced with 0. So 1 is the victim, it is swapped out, and 0 is swapped in. Next is 4. So 4 is not there in the memory, and there is a page fault occurs. Then we need to go for the page replacement since no free frames are available. So which one is chosen as victim here? So that is based on first in first out. So among 2, 3, 0, which is brought first here. So 2 is brought first here. So 2 is replaced with 4. So in the memory we got 4, 3, 0. The next one is 2. 2 is not there in the memory, page fault occurs. Which one is replaced? The older page, that is 3, is replaced with 2. The next reference is 3. Okay. So whether 3 is there in the memory, it is not there in the memory. Page fault occurs, we go for page replacement since no free frames available here. So out of 4, 2, 0, which is older page, 0 is brought first here. So it should be replaced with new page 3. The next reference is 0. So 0 is not there. So we need to go for the replacement. Here the older page is 4. 4 is replaced with 0. So now in the memory we got 0, 2, 3. The next reference we make is 3. Here page fault doesn't occur because 3 is already there in the memory. Next we go for 2. There is no page fault occurs because 2 is already there in the memory. Next we go for 1. Page fault occurs here because 1 is not in the memory. Then we need to go for the replacement. So the older page must be replaced here. So that is okay, among 0, 2, 3. So which is older here, which is referenced earlier, that is 2. So we need to replace 2 with 1 here. Next reference is 2. Okay, again there is no free frame and page fault occurs for 2 here. So which one will be replaced? 3 is replaced with 2. Now we have got 0, 1, 2. The next reference is 0. So no page fault occurs because 0 is already there in the memory. Next 1, no page fault because 1 is there in the memory. Next one is 7. Page fault occurs here because that page is not in the memory. Which one do you replace? The page which is brought first will be replaced. That is among 0, 1, 2, 7 is brought first. It will be replaced with, sorry, 0 is brought first. It is replaced with 7. In the memory we got pages 7, 1, 2. Next one is 0. Page fault occurs because it is not there in the memory. So the older page, that is 1, is replaced with 0. The next reference string is 1. Okay. Again page fault occurs because 1 is not there in the memory. We go for the replacement. The older page, that is in the first in first out manner, we select 2 as victim. It is swapped out to the disk and we bring in 1 in place of 2. So finally in the memory we got the pages 0, 7, 0, 1. Now simply count how many page faults has been occurred here. So initially no frames, initially no pages were in the memory. So for first 3 pages by default there will be 3 faults. Okay, this is 4 and there is no page fault for 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Total number of page faults here is 15. And if you vary a reference string instead of this one, then by adding more frames causing more page faults. So there is a situation. So in this particular algorithm, if you bring more frames, actually that causes the more page faults. But as per this particular graph, if you increase the number of frames, actually the number of page faults must be decreasing. But in case of first in first out algorithm, if you bring more pages, actually the number of page faults are increasing instead of decreasing. So that is called as Belady's anomaly. Belady's anomaly that we can observe here. For example, if you take the number of frames as 3 and the number of page fault occurs as 9, and if you increase the number of frames to 4 and instead of decreasing, the number of page faults has increased to 10 here from 8. So this is called as Belady's anomaly. So that is one of the major problem this FIFO is going to create.